Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's me, it's your girl, Christal. And of course, this is From Christal with Love XO. Now, I know we've been gone for a while. We are back. We are back with 2 more episodes before we close out this season. I want to thank you guys so much for all your support on the page. If you're just watching for the first time, please, please, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button and please share, because we want to be able to bring more content. You guys are being so, I love the support and the comments that you guys always leave on the page. So I'm so thankful for that. We want to be able to bring more content to you guys. So I need you to go ahead and subscribe to the page so we can be cool like that. And every time one of these comes out, you'll get a notification so you can tune in, leave your comments, and let me know what you want to see next time. All right. Okay, so let's get into today's show. Like I said, we've been away for a while. I've missed talking to you guys about love and relationships, celebrity love, reality love, and all that jazz. We're going to get into it right now. So today's first topic is Married to Medicine. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about Married to Medicine and the fact that there was some suggested cheating, and there has been, with several of the couples on the show. So in this clip, Contessa is saying that she doesn't know if her husband has ever cheated on her or not. They've been married for a long time. They've hit some rough patches, and she ain't really sure what's been going on. Check this out.
Just say this, and this is just in general to women all across the world. Ones who've been married for 2 seconds, and ones who are dating, ones who've been married forever. You are a fool if you ever say what somebody would or wouldn't do, right? So
You're too smart for you, chick. Listen, we would never answer that question because we don't know.
I would never, ever, I can never know anything, right? He's at work right now.
Yeah.
But you never know. So, I mean, ask Melanie Hope and Martell Hope, right? He said he came home by 6 o'clock every single day. That's what he said. I came home every day, whole day on whole relationship, car, apartment, the whole thing. That asked Wendy Williams. So you just, honestly, you just never ever know. And I'm never going to be that woman who is going to ever be shocked about anything. So I have no idea as far as, you know, what's happening or whatever. But that's my kid's father. He's a wonderful person. I love my husband. He is the best man that I know. And I believe in marriage, and it's for better or for worse. So we got to figure it out.
I love just the fact that Contessa is being so real. I'm always a person that believes that no matter how good your relationship is, no matter how long you've been married, no matter how things have been good, you can never say for sure what your spouse or significant other will or will not do. So the fact that she's saying, I'm not sure if my husband's had an affair, I don't know what's going on. I mean, realistically, we've been married this amount of time. There have been ups and downs, but regardless, he's still the best man I know. I love that. I think that's a perfect example of how marriages should be. Until your marriage has absolutely fell apart and you've gone through a divorce, you should keep speaking life into your marriage. So on this episode that we see last week, Contessa shares with the rest of the group, and Dr. Jackie actually comes to her aid. Now, I think that's really cool because Dr. Jackie, we know a few years ago, she went through a similar situation where there was actually a whole mistress that came out. It was, you know, confirmed that her husband had an affair, but Dr. Jackie fought for her marriage. I think I shared with you guys before that I actually had a conversation with her, and I really congratulated her on the fact that she was strong enough to stand for her marriage when so many people were saying, oh, girl, you should leave him. We know Dr. Jackie has it going on, and she doesn't have to stay anywhere she doesn't want to be. But the fact that she chose to stay and fight for her marriage and to create a healthy space for the both of them to work together and grow. Her husband Curtis responded, and they now have a stronger marriage than before. And I love the fact that she wanted to be able to help Contessa. Now we'll see if the couples coming together, and especially the ones that have gone through some things like Dr. Jackie and Curtis, Dr. Simone and her husband had a really rough patch. There was some suggestions that maybe even he had an affair. We don't know or not. But the fact that these people in long-term marriages are reaching out and helping another marriage, I love that. That's what we have to do for each other. So whether Contessa and her husband stay together or not, this is great content. And it's reality. Marriages are never perfect and people go through things. But I, for one, never think you should ever say, I know what my man or I know what my woman is doing, because we don't even know what we're doing half the time. You have no idea. So we're going to keep in touch with Married to Medicine. Watch next week and see what happens. And we'll talk about it next week on the finale. Okay, so I know we were all waiting with bated breath for this conversation with Falyn Gubita from Real Housewives of Atlanta about her husband, Simon. Falyn went on Up and Adam, another YouTube channel, and she had this conversation that was long awaited. Everybody was doing a countdown. It was, you know, the blogs were waiting and with bated breath. And the interview happened and fell flat. Absolutely flat. The best thing about that interview with Up and Adam was Falyn's suit was fierce. She had on this white suit, perfectly, you know, she's just a beautiful girl, so she's always going to look amazing. But the crisp white suit that, you know, was tailored to her perfectly was the best choice of the interview. Other than that, I thought I was going to feel empathy for her. I thought I was going to be sad about the fact that, you know, her husband, who she's still married to, by the way, is now engaged to someone else. But this clip just leaves me kind of numb and not feeling a lot of empathy for Falyn. Let's check it out.
I think after everything happened in the media, listen, there was one thing. There's a few things that I think they forget. One, it's that going through a divorce is already hard enough. Two, having to go through that divorce publicly. And then three, for my husband to get engaged to a castmate of mine, whom I had in my home. It's all of these things. And then the last thing is, you know, the children that's involved. There's all of these different emotions and all of these different things. I can't even remember when I truly found out about us going through with the divorce. It's all just a big blur of pain. I've had to go to psychiatrist, therapist, even just taking a break from social media. I've tried to do everything. I picked up meditation very heavily, even more than I did before.
Okay, so what I got from that clip, and actually the entire interview, is that this marriage was not one that she was in with her entire heart. She didn't seem really remorseful, even when she talked about the fact that she found out that he had filed for divorce from a friend who called her. Something's not quite right. Like, I just don't believe that she was really in the marriage 110%. No, ma'am. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey, no none of that. Like, it felt like it was a game that she was in. And when her card was up, she realized that it was time to move on. This point, I don't even think she feels really hurt about the Porsha situation. Now, in the meanwhile, Porsha and Simon are out, doing their press run together, dancing in NYC, getting their groove on, all of that stuff. I'm not really here for that either. I just think it's really in poor taste. But the Falyn situation, I don't think that she was the heartbroken ex-wife that did wrong. I actually, Simon suggested that she had an affair on him. He actually put up receipts now. He put up receipts. I don't know. Like, she may have. I definitely don't think she was being honest. I'm not really sure why she did the interview. Adam tried to give her a lot of opportunity. He was very nice to her. I think they may be friends because she's done interviews with him before. So he gave her a lot of grace, right? He didn't try to back her into a corner, but we didn't get anything from that interview except the fact that she's definitely not the heartbroken wife that we should all be, giving a sympathetic ear to. I think she was, it was work. She was working it while she could work it. And when she couldn't work it anymore, it was time to move on. I expect Falyn's going to move on to another very wealthy man because she's gorgeous. She's young, and she's now been introduced to that lifestyle. And so when you're introduced to that lifestyle, the network that you have produces other options. So I'm sure Falyn will be fine. And, that white suit she was rocking, just immaculate. So heads up on the suit, but the testimony and the story, we could have kept that. All right, now it's on to Ready to Love. Now, I had a chance to sit down with nephew Tommy. If you have not seen that interview, go back in on the channel and pull up that interview with Tommy, because we talked about some of the stuff that's going on with Ready to Love right now. But I wanted to point out that with this season of Ready to Love, the women are playing the men, right? Usually we see situations like London and Alexis and Divine, where the guy is in the middle and he's playing both sides. We've seen that for all the seasons that Ready to Love has been on. The very first season, it was Mike and Shatava and Shay. And, you know, Mike was kind of in the middle. He wasn't sure what he wanted to do. And then, you know, his card got pulled. And then he, of course, went with Shay. And another situation the next season with Mario, Riva, and Tondi. And the guy is usually kind of playing the middle. This season, the women are like, we about to do that for y'all. We about to do this. We're about to play the game the same way you guys play the game. So in this season, we see Amber, who's in a situation with Chris. Amber, well, in a situation with KG, rather. KG and Amber have said each other were their number ones for the entire time. And then we find out through Alexis that Amber had went on a date with Ron. They were having conversations and kissed him. KG looked surprised. He looked like some of the women that have been surprised in previous seasons, right? But who's doing it the most, who has really got the players card this season, is Kyra. Kyra is playing just like we saw London play in Atlanta on the second season in Atlanta. I mean, she is keeping her cards close. She is playing both Jason and AJ, and she's, you know, every time they try to press her for something, she's like, I want to go through the entire process. It's kind of ironic because she's getting a lot of I guess bad press, and people are saying things in the comments, but really this is just how guys do. Look at this clip with her and AJ where she kind of explains to him that it's her right to go through the process. What do you guys think?
This is your last day here on this process. You're not ready to love.
Okay. It hit my gut because I was finally coming to the place where I was wanting to be like, it's AJ. But at the end of the day, I was not ready to change my heart within a split-second decision.
This is really tough, man.
You can believe your lies, but clearly you had nobody with me.
I mean, we sat there still holding hands, so I could feel that he wasn't ready to say bye, and I wasn't ready to say bye to him either. Turn my hand back.
I don't want it to be the last time I hold it. Do you want to be here with me?
Okay, now the crazy thing about this, I think when men do something, you know, they do it one way, but when women do it even better. So not only does Kyra tell him this, and this last clip, we see him say that she's not ready to love, but then she convinces him to keep her on for the next episode. So she's still on the show. They're going to go back and forth, and we'll see what happens. But to me, she's played the game better than any guy has ever played this entire time. So this may be a lesson to women that are on Ready to Love coming up. We can play the same game the guys do. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Now, I hope that Amber and KG are able to work it out because I do like them together. But, you know, I am mad at the fact that she was keeping her cards close. You know, making sure that she had some other options while KG put all his eggs in her basket. So we'll see what happens this season. Nephew Tommy says there's one couple that is actually, he believes, headed to the wedding aisle. Now, if so, that'll be the first in 4 seasons of Ready to Love. I think that out of those couples, it could possibly be Jason and Liz, or KG and Amber. I'm not really sure about KG and Amber because I think Amber's playing the game. I think KG is in, but Amber's kind of playing the game. But I feel like Jason really sees Liz as marriage material, and Liz is definitely the type of woman that wants to get married. I don't think she's really about the games. She's really about that wholesome, you know, white picket fence, marriage and kids thing. I think she really wants that. I don't know about Vernisha and Joel. I think that he's kind of playing the game. I think he likes Vernisha. I think she was what caught his eye, and I think he's really into that. But I don't really trust that they would be heading to, you know, down a wedding aisle anytime soon. That doesn't feel realistic to me. So we'll see. We'll see. Tommy said it. We know he has intel. But as far as what I can see, some of the other couples look a little iffy. Amber and KG, possibly. Jason and Liz, possibly. But Kyra played the game well this season. Well done. All right, now it is time for relationship rhetoric. And usually we have relationship rhetoric that is close to what the host, myself, believes in. Today, I thought we would showcase a little relationship rhetoric from some of the guys on Instagram, some of the male relationship experts that are warning other guys what to avoid in a woman. Check this clip out and let's talk about it. Once you guys let me know what you think.
Hey, listen, if she ain't let you hit it by the third time y'all meet or by the third date, you should cut your losses and move on. She's not attracted to you like that, and I mean sexually. She more than likely sees you as a beta male, and she's probably using you for your attention at this point. When they first see you, they scan you, and they know within seconds if they'll sleep with you. And it doesn't take much time at all to build a connection to know if they're going to sleep with you. If they're truly attracted to and they truly into you, they're not going to play with you, because a guy like that for them is hard to come by. So they're not going to play those, I like to take my time, I like to wait 90 days, I like to know a guy better, and all that shit. They're not going to play with you. They're going to make that shit happen.
Okay, so this is an absolute no for me. An absolute no for me. But ladies, we have to know there are a lot of men out here that think this way. And even more importantly than that, there are a lot of women out here that are accommodating men that feel this way, right? So the third date, if a man is upset because you haven't slept with him on a third date, he really isn't serious about the relationship. But, you know, guys are running game, women are running game. I guess may the best person win, but ladies, beware. This type of attitude is out there, and if you fall into that, trust me, you're going to have a lot of, you're going to go over a lot of speed bumps on your way to finding your prince. So be careful and, you know, get out your planner. If you're going to do 3 dates, space them dates out. Space them dates out over maybe like 90 days. Okay, so now we are at the question of the day. Remember, you can always send your questions in by going to the website, which is fromcrystalxo.com. Leave your questions. You can also go to the Instagram page, which is From Crystal XO. And you can even hit me up on my personal page, which is Enchanted PR, and let me know if you have questions that you want to share or you have some advice that you need, and I am happy to address it. I'm not a relationship expert. I am a love advocate. I am someone that believes in the power of love. So I'll give you the best advice that I possibly can give, and then we'll open it up for other comments. If you guys have comments on some of the questions of the day, feel free to leave your comments below. Okay, so today's comment says, do you think it's wrong to give single moms Father's Day gifts if they are raising their children alone? This is a difficult question because I was a single mom for many, many years, and I had a lot of female friends that were also single moms that would tell me Happy Father's Day. I even had a couple of guy friends that would say Happy Father's Day to me. And I think it was a trend. I thought it was okay at first, but after a while, I realized that the word father, the definition of father is different than mother. Even if if a mother is the only person in the house, she still isn't able to be a father. So in my opinion, saying Happy Father's Day to a single mom is just not, is incorrect. Saying, you know, you're doing a great job. I think that you're doing an awesome, you know, you're being an awesome parent to your children. You're being an awesome mother. That is always appreciated. And I think you can do that any day of the week. But to actually give a Happy Father's Day to a mother, I don't think that's correct, because I do think that the definition of father and what a good father brings to the table with children is very different than what a good mother can bring to the table. We each kind of serve in different roles, right? So even when one is gone, if one is trying to compensate, you're still not going to be able to compensate exactly as a father would. And you're not supposed to, right? We're women. We're not supposed to. Just like if a father is raising his children, he can't really be a mother. He can be a great father. He can be a father that's holding it down to the best of his ability, but he can never be a good mother. So that's my take on that. I know it's a controversial topic, and I know there's a lot of women that feel like they should get the credit for doing both. But at the end of the day, boo, you ain't a father. There's nothing that you can do to ever be a father. So all you can do is be the best mother that you can. And if you want to support a single mom, you can support her without saying Happy Father's Day. We love support. We love gift certificates, cash apps, and all those things that show support. But saying Happy Father's Day is just kind of unnecessary, in my opinion. With that being said, we do want to acknowledge that this week is Father's Day. So from Christal with Love to all the fathers out there, we want to wish you all a very, very happy, a very warm and loving Father's Day. Hopefully you get everything that you want from your children and from your significant other, or just from your friends. I think it's important that we support each other. It doesn't have to be your father. It doesn't have to be, you know, your significant other. I have so many guy friends that are great fathers, and I always make sure I tell them, you know, Happy Father's Day. I make sure that I tell them even during the year that I think they're a great father, and I really appreciate the example that they set for their community. So again, to all the amazing men out there holding it down, we love you all, and we appreciate what you do. We appreciate your presence in our communities, and we wish you guys a very great weekend. Okay. All right. Now it is time for our clip of the day. Our clip of the day is from Shanika Adams, and she has some advice for women when they're going on dates. Check out what Shanika has to say about how you can simplify what you lead with when going on a date.
Their standards with things, and so do we. I mean, the way I look at it is this, like, I'm not struggling with nobody, and I don't care how anybody feels about that. I don't care what they call me. I really don't care. And I definitely want to encourage all women to shoot for the stars themselves. And it's not about, oh, you want some super rich guy. You just want somebody that is able to provide for you and your family, especially if you're considering starting a life like that with somebody. Right. Especially because otherwise, I don't see the point. I could just stay by myself and struggle, or I could go get my mom and move her in, and she could be my roommate. But I'm not doing that with a guy. I'm sorry.
Okay, I love what Shanika had to say. You know, there are a lot of women that don't agree with her, a lot of women that do. She's definitely someone that counsels women on this hypergamy type of culture that a lot of women have really taken to. I agree with her when it comes to this. I think that so often those of us that are career women, we get so caught up in doing things, right? Trying to make sure that we're doing things that we don't realize that dating is really just for us to sit back and enjoy. For me, I think that, you know, whenever you're going on a date, it gives you the opportunity to really give yourself a lot of self-love. You can get dressed up, wear what makes you feel really pretty, wear what makes you feel confident, and really just enjoy allowing a man to woo you, right? The funny thing is, a lot of times we think that I need to do something to show him that I'm this and I'm that. And really the best thing you can do is just enjoy being treated like a lady. So I'm all with it, Shanika. Sit back and enjoy being a girl. I think dating can be fun if you don't take every situation so seriously and you really take time to enjoy the fact that you should be being pampered on dates. That's really what we should be there doing, just enjoying being feminine and being flirtatious and all that stuff that makes butterflies happen and creates the idea and the substance of love. But I don't think that we should go into dates trying to lead with the qualifications that would win a guy over. The biggest qualification that would win someone over and make them give you their heart is just you being you, you showing up in all your female fabulousness and allowing him to like revel in that, right? So take the time, ladies, if you're going on a date this weekend, put on something that makes you feel like you're the prettiest girl in the world, and allow that man to woo you, right? It'll make him feel like a gentleman, and it definitely will make you feel like a lady, and you'll be looking forward to the next date. So kudos to Shanika on some great advice. And that's our clip of the day. Okay, so as we know, it is Father's Day weekend, right? And it is also Juneteenth. So I had to take this opportunity with our song of the day to kind of celebrate a little bit of both, right? So we have today's song of the day is a remake of Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack's Be Real Black for Me. This single is by Courtney Wilson and our girl Lettucey, and it's soulful. It's a great remake, and I think it's a great way to celebrate both Juneteenth and Father's Day. So check out Be Real Black for Me by Courtney Wilson and Lettucey. All right, it's about that time. It's end of our time together for today. But you know, I always have to leave you with a love quote, something to sit and ponder on as you go about your day or as you go about your evening. Today's love quote says, "I saw that you were perfect, and so I loved you. And then I saw that you weren't perfect, and I loved you even more." And that quote is by Angelita Lim. We know that love is not perfect. And we know that when we find a person, if it's our friend, if it's even our children, loving a person through their imperfections actually strengthens that bond. And we also have to remember that none of us are perfect. And so we need someone to give us that same amount of grace. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's show. Again, I apologize for being away so long, but we have a great finale coming up. We're going to talk about Ready to Love. We definitely are going to get into that. We're going to revisit Married to Medicine, and then we're going to talk a little bit about Love and Marriage Huntsville. What is going on with Melody? What's going on with Martell? What's that whole thing going to look like as Love and Marriage Huntsville returns for this next season on OWN? So you definitely don't want to miss this finale. And then there's so much coming up with the next season that I cannot wait to tell you guys about. For now, please go to the website, again, www.fromcrystalxo.com. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, if you just tuned in during our conversation, make sure that you subscribe and share. And with that being said, I wish you guys a beautiful Father's Day weekend. I wish you all a powerful Juneteenth. And I'll see you guys next time. This is Christal from Christal with Love, wishing you all love and happiness.